still think that might be one of my weirdest tisms that I've got.
One of them.
Only
one.
one.
Set yourself up for that.
I kind of did. I did tell one of my daughters the other day. She was complaining about something, and I was like, she was like, well, it's my ADHD, and I'm like, all of us in this household have ADHD. You can't use that as an excuse. It is hard though whenever your entire family has something. ADD, OCD, ABB, whatever. One of those. Oh no, what is this? Oh, that smells good, Clint.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Another from the mother-in-law, but it's a Perdomo Reserve 10th anniversary. Red label.
Red label?
Red label.
Oh.
See?
Nice. I've never seen that one before. I'm also smoking a Perdomo. I think this is 2 weeks in a row, by the way. We didn't talk about it last week.
I noticed that when I was listening back and editing. I was like, we did not even mention our cigars last week, and here we are, the Cigar Politico. Shame on us.
Shame. Public shaming. I think that's probably 2 weeks in a row.
The one Twitch listener who always just asks what cigar we're smoking and then signs off. They were disappointed in us.
Yeah. They've been a regular, though. About midway through the show.
So we gave it to them too early. We should have buried the headline a little bit.
Should have waited. If I could get my headphones untangled, we could, I could hear what we're talking about. Why they're so tangled, I don't know. Is there anything in your house? By the way, great editing on the last episode.
Oh?
Of you couldn't even hear me coughing hardly at all.
Oh, yeah.
Did a great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Shout out to you.
Some of our listeners may say, no, I heard you coughing through the whole thing. There was more.
It was bad, y'all.
There was more.
I was trying so hard not to. But sometimes the show must go on.
I almost bought you a cough button.
I've got
the board in front of me so I can mute myself, but they make inline basically cough buttons, buttons, so you could have one over there by you.
Well, yeah. Maybe we should
invest in that
at some point. I mean, it would save you from editing, but I did try to move the mic away, so it was like this. So you couldn't,
yeah.
But I still noticed it picked up my sniffling too. It's kind of annoying when you're listening and you're like.
So let's recreate it.
That's right.
Do it again.
More editing for Clint to do.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Mark that spot. But I'll tell you what, I haven't been doing as much sniffling as I would normally do in February because of this dadgum wonderful weather we're having.
Can I borrow your cutter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad.
It's like San Diego weather, man.
Yeah.
You walk outside, it's like 75 degrees.
It's been great.
It's February 10th.
It's been great. I think, what are we?
We're sitting here recording with the air on.
Yeah, I had to turn our AC on in the house.
Yeah, as you can see from the smoke patterns blowing.
Good cut. Ooh, this is sharp.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Fan of the show reached out and said they have us it's a 5 butane lighter, so it has 5 flames.
Okay.
And then it has some kind of specialized cutter that he bought us.
This is a single.
Yeah. We've discussed this before, that you like the single.
Well,
better.
no, I've got, this one's a 3, I think.
I like the 3 I've never had a 5 before. And he sent me a picture of it, so I just got to pick it up from him because
nice.
And then he always is. He gives us cigars and stuff. So the man cave he's building, Clint, is.
Don't make me jealous now.
Like, it's massive for one. He has a golf simulator he's putting in it.
Mm.
He has a 1,100 cigar humidor that he's putting in there. So he sent me a text. He was like, "Hey, I need a list of cigars." I'm like, "Man, like any cigar you've given me."
So we can record a remote.
Yes.
From the humidor.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those tall standing ones. Looks like a file cabinet.
Yeah.
And it has its own. He bought a ventilation system for it. And I'm like, man.
Commitment.
Yeah. He's trying to have it done by spring break.
I think we're committed to this house until our youngest graduates. Just like the idea of staying in the same house. We moved. I mean, we went through a phase there where we got it moved every 2 years because we kept adding kids as we were fostering and adopting and having kids at the same time we were fostering and adopting. So we, went from, we were in one house 5 years and then we leased a house. I guess only 3 houses. Leased a house for 2 years and then built this one. But, yeah, we love our neighbors. We love the neighborhood. We like where the house is located. But after that, what I was getting to is, we do talk about Final House. And I think Final House is basically going to be just a big barn dough that's a big barn dough man cave. Because we love having people over. We love to entertain and have people over for games.
That is a
things like that.
Gift of yours.
Yeah, we just like it, And
not of mine, to be perfectly clear.
We have birthday parties every year, and we prefer to. Sometimes we'll go to a restaurant. Like my wife's birthday is in March, mine's in October, so it's usually good weather. So we prefer to have people over to the house. That way, nobody's got to go pay for a fancy dinner out anywhere. You just come over, we got some food, and we'll hang out, and we have a good time.
I've been invited to your birthdays.
Yeah,
I've never came.
Invited, you just never come.
But when is it again? You just said it. I heard it. But
it is during peak sports time, and we always have it on Friday nights.
Oh, yeah. It's in October, right?
October's mine.
Yeah, I can't come to that.
My wife's in March. Yeah, you can't. I understand. It makes sense.
If you had it on a Saturday.
I would say whatever game you're at, we're still going after that game is over, I promise.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll take a note of that.
You should.
But if it's an away game, are you still going to be going to that?
Oh, yeah.
Like if it's in October, we could be an hour away from here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll commit to now.
We go until it is morning. We go until it is morning time.
Oh, gosh. You don't get no noise complaints?
No. We're not loud people. We just enjoy company. But we enjoy doing that. So I think the next house will be just a giant man cave with, of course, a place for us to sleep, a couple extra bedrooms for if the kids come over with their kids, and big old kitchen, cooking space, big patio with some grills on it, and
nice
big open space. Like you say, we'll have to have a humidor. We'll have to have a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. But we might buy land in the next few years for that house, but I think we'll stay in this one. The youngest is in kindergarten, so
well, if you
12 more years.
If you stay at the current company you're at,
yeah,
you can go a little further east and not have to worry about travel.
Right, that's the thing. So, gotten out of the world of having to drive into the DFW Metroplex.
Boy, the Twitch has your back today.
Oh?
The Twitch says when it's 11 p.m., my body goes into hibernation mode. I think mine's like 10:45, so I'm pretty close. And he says, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm good once. But Clint is as good as he ever was.
Oh, goodness.
There you go.
I'm as good twice a year because we have 2 of those birthday parties a year. I can handle it and stay up.
Man, talking about like things that you enjoy, man. I finally got to try the glazed HEB croissants. Worth every single calorie. Yeah. I won't overhype it for you because I don't know if you're a sweets guy, but it's pretty good.
They are good. I still maintain that the very best thing coming out of HEB are those butter tortillas, though.
Man,
which made the commercial. Did you see the SuperBowl commercial?
I didn't see that one. Pause. I didn't see it live. I saw it later.
It was about the butter tortillas.
Nice.
I mean, it was about HEB, but the butter tortillas had a prominent place in the commercial.
Hey, man, they have.
And if you don't live around here, I mean, we used to be able to say this about Buc-ee's, but now Buc-ee's has expanded. Maybe HEB will expand.
It's coming. It's coming north. Like they bought a 90-acre lot in Terrell, have a place in Forney.
But that's still Forney just opened.
Yeah,
and we're getting one in Roy City where we live. But I'm talking about out of Texas.
Hey, crazier things have happened,
man. If you come through Texas and you see an HEB, you need to stop.
Yes.
If anything, those glazed croissants or get you some butter tortillas or just about anything from HEB.
They had ground beef, $1.99 a pound.
I know it.
The other night. We ended up going and they were all sold out.
Yeah.
Because I told my wife, I was like, man, we got to buy like 20 pounds.
I know.
Because it's so expensive.
Right.
And when they do have it on sale, it goes out so quick.
But
it's not as good as Wells beef.
No. He's grinding the whole cow.
When he said that, it didn't really register with me what that meant until I was listening back. And I was like, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, crazy good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you think about that process, I'm surprised his burgers don't cost $30.
That's yeah. I know he was defending the price, and I was like, listen, I'm sold. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
I've had it 3 times since the Express place opened.
Yeah.
And I've had it twice since he's been on.
Yeah.
And I just...
We had it right after we recorded. We had some people over. Like I say, we'd like to have people over. And then like the very next week, we had some people over again. And like 2 of those people came walking in the doors like a bring your own food and just hang out thing. Came walking in the door with their Wells burgers sacks. They're like, we saw you had it last week. We're going to get it this week. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
go get it.
I just, when he said that, it didn't really register. And I was, then again, listening back, I was like, that's wild that he does that.
Yeah.
And that's
they are good.
They are so good. So good. And he doesn't pay us for this, by the way. He didn't pay to come on. We don't have paid guests.
No.
That's just...
Which means we're honest.
Yeah. I can be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like lettuce on my burger.
No.
So meat and cheese only for me kind of guy.
Yeah.
I think he should have a Smitty. That's what I recommended off air. Three patties, 3 cheese.
3 by 3? Okay.
3 by 3. You can even throw a little slice of bread in there like a Big Mac or something.
3 by 3 is a meal.
That's a meal.
That's a meal.
It's a lot of meat.
His fries are good too.
Yes, it is. There he is. There we go. We're both smoking Perdermo cigars. You can't really see it in our Twitch camera, but I have the Habano Connecticut, and he has
Perdomo Reserve, 10th anniversary. Red label.
Red label. So yeah, welcome to the show. So, good news in Mavs world. I know we'll do a little bit more than 60 seconds on basketball, but AD got traded. Okay. They brought in some former Mavericks.
Did you hear Stephen A. call it the worst trade in NBA history?
If you take out, it can't be the worst trade because the first trade was the worst trade. Luka and AD, that's the worst trade of all.
No. That's what he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he was on in Super Bowl week on Radio Row with 105.3 The Fan, he called it the worst trade in NBA history.
He's not lying. It's and it only has gotten worse because
and he was trying to be so generic about it and objective, because he is kind of shock jockey. He's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, if you just consider what they gave up and what they got, and then he just ripped on AD.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in theory, AD would have been okay. Like AD would have, if he could stay healthy, and you're going into next year, and okay, we're gonna have Kyrie, we're gonna have Cooper Flag, you're gonna have AD, you're gonna have Gafford, you're gonna have Derek Lively, you're gonna have PJ Washington, Max Christie. That's a pretty decent squad. But the problem is AD couldn't stay healthy. So what do you expect them to do? I don't particularly like the trade as like what they got in return, but you got 2 first-round picks, one's unprotected. You still have your pick this year coming in. And more importantly for me, you get the Duke Brotherhood back in Dallas. Do you know what that is?
I just saw a whatever post on the socials that said 4 of the 5 are from Duke.
Yeah, so you got Kyrie, Cooper, Marvin Bagley III, Tyus Jones. I know there's maybe a 5th one. Oh, Derek Lively.
Because they got Tyus Jones right before the trade deadline.
He was part of the AD trade.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you got 5 guys from, Anthony Day-to-Day Davis. And
he was hurt 61% of the time, something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. And the thing that people who are not Duke fans may not understand is these guys play together most of the summer.
Yeah.
So they have what's called the Duke Brotherhood, and it's not a requirement, but most of the alumni come back, former NBA stars, and they hold these camps. They hold, veterans come in and talk to the guys who are in the NBA. Then the guys that are in the NBA hold little kid camps. And then they have, all these different things. And so a lot of these guys have been playing with each other for the last couple of years during the summertime. So I'm hoping, I really like Marvin Bagley, not as a NBA star, but I'm hoping he can kind of get a little bit of flash in the pan. Maybe we give him a little bit of another contract because he was drafted the same year Luka was. He was drafted ahead of Luka. I think he was the 3rd pick that year, and Luka was the 5th, and then got traded to the 6th.
Okay.
And so that, I like that they bring in Tyus Jones, who's a veteran, and again, also a Duke guy, but also a veteran point guard to help bridge that gap between Kyrie getting back and not having Cooper Flag run the point as much. Mm-hmm. But he still needs to learn. He still has a lot to learn. And then also yesterday, in the car, I heard that Cuban is predicted to possibly buy the team back.
I heard that he was approached by another investor to buy the team back, but I don't, know how much truth there is to that.
Now, let me put
Like as far or like viability there's to that if the Adelsons would sell.
let's put our tinfoil hat on. Yeah, I'll just put that's what I do in my class. I put my tinfoil hat on. So this last this last owners meeting that they had over Christmas-ish into the new year, the board of directors voted to have two more expansion teams in Seattle and then Vegas.
That puts the NBA at 32.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Cuban buys a team back with his investor group, and then the Adelsons get the team,
Vegas team,
and they get the Vegas team. Then you can smooth over the whole situation with the AAC and keep the Mavericks and the Stars in downtown.
Okay.
30 teams in the NBA. It would be at 30. So that would be 32.
Yeah.
I think that's what Twitch is saying. So I'm okay with it. I hope they do. I hope he does buy it back, because I think like Luca was on Vince Carter's podcast this week and was talking about like how much he liked Cuban and how he was really sad when he left, and and how much of a relationship he has with him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's a free agent in 28. So, and if that experience doesn't work out with Los Angeles with LeBron, I mean, I think he's going to leave. I think he's probably going to go to Cleveland, finish his career there. And why not? I mean, take a bit of a pay cut, go play for one of the best teams in the NBA. And then it's Luca's team. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited about the future of the Mavericks now, more than I was at this time a year ago, because I wasn't sure I was ever going to watch them again.
It's come a long way.
Hey,
from never watching them again to being excited about the team.
Typical Cowboy fan.
Yeah, I was going to say. That sounds familiar.
Hey, today they were talking about how they're going to win the Super Bowl next year. On the
probably
fan,
will.
They were talking about.
They probably will.
Hey, after every season ends, we're going to win the next one. Next
We'll
year's
see.
our year, baby.
We'll see who we get at 12-20, and
I think they might trade those picks out for Max Crosby.
Hey,
That's my big.
Okay, take it.
Yeah, I think they're going to franchise tag Pickens.
They did.
So did they officially do that?
I think so.
I hadn't heard if it was official.
I think it's done. Yeah,
I think they're going to trade that 12 pick and then a late round pick and maybe their next pick next year and go get Max Crosby.
3 picks for him?
No, just 2.
Okay. Oh, so 12-20 or
12 and then like 2 or 3 late rounds.
Okay.
Like the 6th and 7th.
Yeah. 6th and
7th. Cowboy blue is in the logo next year. In the Super Bowl that got revealed.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's a big wave. It's going to LA. Did you see you can pre-register to get first in line for tickets?
No.
So yeah, the NFL is offering, if you go right now and pay the deposit down, it's fully refundable. So if you don't buy tickets, you get your deposit back. The deposit is $2,500 a person. So if you want 2 Super Bowl tickets or the chance to purchase 2 Super Bowl tickets, you need $5,000 right now to put a deposit in. And then you basically get in first in line not first in line, but behind everybody else. In the waiting room, you will have an opportunity to buy tickets. Now, if the upper levels are sold, and it'd be kind of like, you've got to kind of buy lower levels if that's all that's left and available to you.
So you pay $2,500 just for the opportunity to purchase them.
You will, yes, it guarantees you an opportunity to buy tickets.
I don't know if I'm in on that, man. Then you got to pay the ticket price? Or does that
it goes towards
$2,500?
it? It goes towards it. And average price this year was what, $8,000? But that's average price. That's average price. That's.
Did you see somebody sold them for $50?
Front way all of it.
Game time tickets were sold at $50. A couple of people sold them.
Like if I didn't have other financial priorities this year, like that's not like you got to spend $5,000 right now. Okay. So but then you got almost, I don't know when you got to ante up for the rest of it.
I mean, at least another $5,000 at minimum.
No, but I mean when you have to pay that. So probably at least 10 months from now. So you got to get your $5,000 right now, and then you got about 10 months to spend probably another $5 at least, like you're talking about. I mean, that would be $5,000 a piece. That's probably middle of the road seats, and you're going to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm out. I don't even want to pay $100 to go watch the Cowboys play in the Star.
Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. You don't know who's going to be there.
I know. And you don't know who's performing at halftime.
Oh, who cares? I care. I've watched all of them in my, no, I wouldn't say adult life, because I mean, I was watching them obviously in the middle of the 90s.
Yeah.
In junior high, and the Cowboys are in it. But this one doesn't, I mean, it's in the bottom for me.
For sure.
I think, so I've probably seen 30 or 35 halftime performances.
Right.
I couldn't name all of them. I could tell you the ones that stunk. There was an odd one back in the mid-20s Super Bowls, or right before the Cowboys got in it. It was like back to like 50s and like kind of Grease style. Mm-hmm. That was really weird. The Black Eyed Peas were horrible. I did not enjoy this one. Now with the house I was at, we flipped over to the TPUSA one.
Same.
So that's what we watched live, but I had to go back and watch Bad Bunnies just to consume it, because I've seen all of them and it just wasn't that entertaining. I don't even think it was a language barrier. It's Latin music. It had a good beat, but it was just kind of meh.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same.
I'm not hating on it. Like I'm not hating on it. It just kind of was like meh. Okay.
It's interesting to me how the anger about it. Like neither one of them were great.
Right.
Like neither one of them
right.
were. Like,
yeah.
Okay, we got to see Bryce Lee and is it Lee Bryce? Bryce Lee, whatever. And some lady who sang Carrie Underwood songs.
Yeah.
And then
her name's Gabby, but I have no idea who she is.
No idea. I mean, it was good. She could sing.
Uh-huh.
But like Kid Rock, there was an issue
and
with
people
the string.
Appreciate that she was singing in a pantsuit. Whereas you flip over to the Bad Bunny stuff. Like, that's what I mean. So Bad Bunny broke a record for the most watchers.
Yeah, 135.5 million views.
Yeah, that's, it's not an exact number, but that's kind of right in there. Whereas last year, Kendrick Lamar had 133.5. So he had a couple million more. So that kind of makes sense. Like it grows a little bit every year. It is interesting to me that it's only estimated that 125 million watched the Super Bowl. So you had more people turn it on for the halftime show.
Yeah.
Or their numbers are just way off. Who knows? But yeah, that's what I mean. Like the whole competition thing. Like a lot of people saw it as a competition. I didn't.
I was about to say, did you see it as that?
Not for me personally.
No, me either.
Like if I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, I've got the potential for Lee Bryce and Brantley Gilbert and Kid Rock versus Bad Bunny. I know which one I'm going to pick.
Right.
If you were just telling me like this guy's performing on this side of town and these guys are performing on this side of town, I know which direction I'm going. I don't dislike the people who go to the other side of town to hear the other concert. And let's be real, like the people who tuned in for the TPUSA show was like 5.5 million.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the number.
They said it was 25 million across all social media platforms.
Okay. Still. But like.
But that's okay. That's still a lot.
That's still a lot.
It's still a lot
of
the
most
views.
in YouTube history.
Yeah. To me, it's not a competition.
It's not.
Like they put on a show for their genre.
Yes.
Opposite genre of Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Now, if you're going to get into the politics of it, it was super weird watching the Bad Bunny like have those people running around in those tree costumes. That was odd. Like I equate that to the same thing as like where they had the sharks. You know what I mean?
But that one's in my top 10.
I mean, it was a good show.
Katy Perry's in my top 10.
Yes, but it wasn't. You
didn't like Left Shark and Right Shark? Like
it was weird.
Left Shark was like having issues, remember?
Yeah, I remember. But like there was like a hint of slavery in there, like with the sugarcane fields and like then you had the wedding and the marriage couple. Like that was odd. Mm-hmm. Like
that's what I mean. And
it was just like almost trying too hard.
And as a musician, like, and this is what I mean. I'm not just a hater. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Bad Bunny, whatever. Not even that it was in Spanish. All of his music sounds alike.
Agreed.
Like it all sounds the same. And just as a musician, like I hate, like, I don't want anybody to build a set list where all their songs sound the same. If you're a band and all your songs sound the same, I'm not going to come watch you.
No, I'm not. I'm right there with you.
So that's why Nickelback deserves their bad rap. Like, some people have tried lately to come to the defense of Nickelback. No, like, all their songs sound the same. They deserve the bad rap. Every song they have is the same.
I didn't take you as a hater of Nickelback.
Just, hey,
call it as you see it, huh?
do something different.
Call the balls and strikes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay. I really couldn't get past, and this is a very old man thing to say, I couldn't get past the mumbling. I was like, it sounded like the guy from Waterboy.
Yeah.
The coach is like, I couldn't understand it. I did watch it with the I went back and watched it on YouTube, and I had the closed captions on.
Yeah.
And obviously the translation was not correct because it was very weird or odd to read. That, I don't know. It was one of those things where I wanted one of them to be way better than the other.
Yeah.
But both of them were just meh for me.
But speaking of musical performances, I am a Charlie Puth fan. I like
that
this
was
guy.
awesome.
He's a great keyboard player, and he's an electronics keyboard player. He has a great keyboard room. I follow him on social.
Did you
notice
what keyboard he had?
He got a rolled Rhodes out there. Yeah. Which he normally plays a Rhodes.
Does he?
So even when he goes on concert, he has a red one. That's his normal. And a Rhodes 76 has a very distinct sound.
Yeah, it does. It's awesome.
But he has a full keyboard room.
Do you have one of those?
No. I got the opportunity to buy the old one from the school.
Did you buy it?
No.
Why?
Because he wanted way too much for it.
Oh.
It
Okay,
wasn't
that
worth
makes
it.
sense.
It was like way too much. And I mean, I have keyboards that can make that sound. I don't have to have an extra one. I don't love it that much.
Okay, that's fair.
But it is cool. And so he has this whole like thing on his Instagram where it's called Professor Puth, and he'll talk about why music sounds a certain way and how they make certain effects with music. And so I really like the guy. I'm a fan of his music. I'm a fan of him. He did a great job. And regardless of what you think about Charlie Puth, if you like his music or not, he did the anthem justice.
Yes, he did.
You know, he had a little bit of his own flair in there, but not too much.
Yep.
And I like how he appreciated the history of it because, again, I follow him on social, and one of his reels that day was walking into the stadium to sing the national anthem for the Super Bowl, knowing that this version exists, and he cuts to Whitney Houston's 1991 performance, which is the very best national anthem ever sung for any Super Bowl in the history of mankind.
This one, Charlie Puth, is number 3 for me.
Okay.
Whitney Houston, Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton. I knew
Now Charlie
Puth.
Yeah. They get mad at me whenever I do the announcing at the games because that's the anthem that I play. So one time I played Whitney Houston and I got in trouble. They were like, hey, you can't play that one anymore. Because it's like 4.5 minutes long.
It is. Yeah.
It's kind of long.
She took liberties.
Yeah. So I'm only allowed to play.
But it's Whitney.
Come on. And if you're complaining about that, you're un-American.
You are.
I'm going to just clip that and I'm going to
and
share
if you've
that
never
with
heard
people.
Google it, please.
Ooh,
it
gosh.
is the best.
Twitch is giving us some updates, by the way. It says ESPN revealed that the halftime show fell short of ratings records. Bad Bunny finished behind Kendrick Lamar 2025, Michael Jackson 1993, Usher 2024.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
The best, though.
But crazy, and he says this on here on Twitch, too. Like, crazy that it fell behind Michael Jackson in 93.
I mean, for the amount of viewers they had back then,
yeah.
But the best ever was Prince in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number one. Still the GOAT, still unbeaten. Go look that one up.
I didn't appreciate Prince until he passed away. So
the sky was purple the day he died.
It was.
I remember that. And I was going to work.
Yeah. Now that we're on the Debbie Downer, the commercials had me down, Clint.
What was your favorite one?
The American one, the Budweiser commercial. Hey, you clipped it on there for us, but man, it was so good.
I jumped up out of my seat and I slapped my hand down on the table and I said, "Somebody get me a Budweiser." Because I knew what was going to happen. Like, yeah, starts off, just go Google it and watch the dang commercial. But he starts off, this little eaglet chick is out in the rain. Horse comes. Clydesdale covers him, keeps him out of the rain. Basically see him growing up together. The horse teaching him how to fly.
Yeah.
And then the horse comes and jumps over this log, and you see the big wings come up behind him, and like it's like a bald eagle, and I'm just like, America.
Boy, Budweiser is back, buddy.
They do good ones.
They do.
I can't remember too much of a bad one.
They have the most memorable ones.
I'm talking about Budweiser commercials, not Bud Light commercials.
Yeah. The Budweiser Budweiser with the frogs.
Yeah.
And then Bud Light had the Dilly Dilly commercials. I liked those.
Yeah. So they...
I mean...
I was going to say something really bad. Never mind.
There just didn't seem to be a whole lot of depth to the commercials. There was that one that was...
No, they weren't great.
They weren't great. And
I didn't really like... I mean, I liked this one. A couple of them I thought were funny. The stupid Boston Dunkin' Donuts one. Like, they've got this, like, Boston, like the Ben Affleck and everybody from Boston, Dunkin'. Like, they've tried this the last few years. It's not funny, y'all. Mm-mm. Like, it might be funny to a select few of people in, like... Oh, I skipped too far ahead. It might be funny to a select few people in Boston or something. I don't know. But it's not funny. Like...
Yeah.
And then
it's not. And I don't get the jokes, so it's like...
Yeah. Well, and my problem with it is they were CGIing everybody.
Yep.
Like Ted Danson doesn't look like that. Like, why can't, like, he's not a bad looking dude and he's still alive.
Well, my wife was like, hey, that person's not alive anymore. Which one? I can't remember which one it was. But they AI'd him in there.
Yeah. And then even Jennifer Aniston didn't look like Jennifer Aniston does today. Why can't you just bring in I didn't like that one at all. I didn't like, and honestly, like, I understand messages and whatever. I didn't like the Stop Jewish Hate one. It seems like weird. It's like a very like just hard left turn.
Okay, I was watching. I'm like, okay, where's this going? Where's this going?
I get it.
And then you got the kid that stands, the black kid next to him. He's like, I know how it feels. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
I know
that caught me way off guard.
That caught me off guard. But also, like, I'm talking about just the whole premise of the commercial. Like, I understand. Like, I'm not saying they don't need to have commercials and they don't have a cause for stopping Jewish hate, especially with, you know, what's been going on with Palestinian cheers and things like that the last few years. I understand that. I'm not saying I don't get that. I don't get like the whole blue sticky note. Like, maybe that just needed more explanation, but it's like, you're a whatever name on his like backpack. And then the dude just like slaps a blue sticky on there. Like, oh, it's all better now. What? I heard him talking about it on the radio this week. And they're saying that the commercials have gotten so expensive.
Yeah.
They have no money for production.
Right.
And so it's like they have to spend so much money just buying the ad time. They don't have any money for production.
Like $10 million a minute for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Maybe 30 seconds. The Budweiser commercial was a minute. They got their money's worth out of that. Yes, but even like the one where they redid the Backstreet Boys song.
Yeah, that T-Mobile commercial.
It's dumb.
It was weird.
The little poppy. My wife actually said when they were doing like that poppy soda drink one.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't get it. And I said, yep. I said, we are squarely now at the age where we are not the demographic. Like, we are not the target demographic for a lot of this anymore.
So I did poll my students. So of 137 students, only 2 of them said they really enjoyed the halftime show and the commercials.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised that many watched it, if I'm being honest with you. But
here's a corollary to Bad Bunny's show. I like The Weeknd and a lot of his songs. I didn't like his halftime show.
Fair.
Because I don't like the whole, and maybe I am just an old school guy. I don't mind you moving around some. Like the first one at SoFi with Dr. Dre and Snoop and all that. They moved around the whole field, and that's fine. That made sense.
But there were so many of them.
Yes.
Like, you only had Lady Gaga and randomly Ricky Martin.
Yeah, I know. And they still had kind of that, for the Dr. Dre one, they still had kind of the center storefront.
Right.
Like, so it was kind of a centerpiece. But like Bad Bunny walked around all over the place. The Weeknd walked around all over the place. I kind of don't like it where the camera's following the whole time.
Too.
Yeah. I don't really like that as much. I kind of like but even like, you know, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Coldplay, U2, kind of that center stage. They'll get off of it some, but it's pretty much here's your stage. And
did you say Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usher did a little bit. He moved around quite a bit too.
Yeah, Usher was popular.
But that was
later in his career. All those millennial moms are like that Usher show.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. He can dance.
Yes, he can. Not like me.
No. Meaning he's better. Did you see the Tallarico
How
commercial?
do you know?
That Usher dances better than you? I know. I don't have to wonder.
You don't know. I dance way better than.
Okay.
Way better than.
I'm going to make you prove that on the pod. Watch your words.
I did not see. I again saw the Tallarico commercial afterwards. I didn't see it live.
No, I saw it live. The whole thing was about how much he paid for insulin when he was a kid and he almost died. And I was like, haven't we I know we haven't fixed insulin. It just seemed like for a Super Bowl commercial, like that's your issue.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want to spend the money talking
You're
about.
definitely getting your butt kicked by Crockett right now in the polls, and that's what you picked.
Yeah.
You could have done something a little.
I feel
better.
like when I saw him coming on, I was like, okay, like I've really expected when I saw his face, because he's there right from the beginning. It's just him talking and like walking through a school, I think, or something, walking through a building. I thought, oh, this is probably going to be good, because he's a good communicator.
Yeah, he's good with his words.
But it wasn't.
Silver-tongued wordsmith. I was trying to be nice.
And we've jumped all over the place. We did talk about the Super Bowl. The game.
It was okay.
I mean,
it was a decent football game.
It was a defensive punt fest.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed that though.
I didn't enjoy it because I didn't win anything.
Hey, I did.
You picked unders?
No. No, I didn't. I took your suggestions and then I made one adjustment.
I took the under on somebody.
No, I took the over on it and it worked. I had the prize pick one that you could choose what it was.
Okay.
And it, like where they gave it to you or whatever is basically like
half a yard for Drake May.
Yeah, and
which
then
only
I took
got like 40 yards, so
15.
Good.
Normally
Normally when they put a
passing yards, that's crazy.
Normally when they put a quarterback at a half a yard, you're like, oh, definitely this guy. I was like,
he almost didn't get it.
He almost didn't get it.
And then I took Cooper Kupp over 1.5 receptions. He had 6.
That was a good pick, yeah.
And then I took Kenneth Walker, the over.
Oh, yes. I had Kenneth Walker, yeah.
Rushing and receiving yards.
The problem is also
in
my same Kenneth Walker bet, I had Ramondre Stevenson, and he got, all of
whatever. I'm 2 for 2.
It's sucking you in.
No, it's not. It's not. I just got lucky. Last year, the stupid touchdown. Saquon Barkley killed every single one of my parlays.
Yeah.
That's the one that got me last year.
I did a touchdown bet too and lost it because I didn't have Mac Hollins and whatever his name is on the Seahawks.
No, I did not win enough on prize picks to get a tax statement. Twitch. I did not.
Allegedly, I did, and I didn't get one for the year.
Allegedly. So it's like your gun safe. They fell into a boat. In a boat accident.
Boating accidents.
Every time. Gets me every time. Did you happen to see, while we're talking about Tallarico and insulin, did you happen to see Cuban praising our president?
Yeah, I've got the clip.
Trump RX.
I've got it further down the run sheet. And his clip in front of Congress.
But you want to do that now or you want to keep going? I want to talk about racing.
Yeah, because
I did not know you were a NASCAR fan, if I'm being honest with you.
I am, and that's kind of the question is, what are you on to now? Because talking about betting, first of all, is a segue, which is one of those things that George W. Bush fell off of that one time. As a segue.
Talk about a company that fell off pretty quick, you know what I mean?
I'm done betting. Like, I only bet football. I can't win betting on basketball, baseball, anything else. Soccer, whatever. So I'm done now until football starts again. That's always been my biggest thing because we normally go to Vegas in the summertime and there's no football to bet on, and I won't bet on anything else. Like, we've been in Vegas a bunch of times in late May and early June. You got the NBA Finals. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Because
basketball's hard.
It is. And what gets me every single time, especially on prop bets, is minutes. Like, you'll have somebody close to getting what you bet for them, and then it's like, they're on the bench last 11 minutes of the game because they're watching minutes, especially during like a playoff series or something.
Yeah.
So I'm done. I'm done betting until football comes back. But
until I get the midnight text about the sailing competition going on in France.
Listen, maybe. I think I could do something on this. It'll sucker me back in. I'm a degenerate gambler. But my question is, what sport do you move to? And for me, yes, I will listen to some baseball. But I don't start getting excited about baseball till after the All-Star break. I don't listen to or watch many games early in the season. I'll watch some, listen to them if they're on, that kind of thing. I have a little small radio I carry around. I keep it in my office just for that purpose, because normally I listen to a sports radio on the app, but when the game comes on, it goes off.
It still plays. It will now. Starting last year. It'll be on the Odyssey app.
I've got my little radio, so I always just turned off the Odyssey app and would turn on the actual radio and listen. So I'll do that, especially for those afternoon games when I'm still working in the office. Yeah. I do listen to a lot of those.
There's a lot of Sunday afternoons I'll go and sit on the patio and listen to the game.
Yeah, so I'll do some of that, but I really do move into racing. My dad was a NASCAR fan, is still a NASCAR fan growing up, so I'll watch games. So I'm excited. Daytona is Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah. It's right after. There used to be a break, but when they added the extra game to the NFL season, now there's not. So, I mean, and they recently changed up the format a bunch on NASCAR.
Okay.
And so it used to just be like when I was growing up, and for a lot of my early adult life, it was just points. And you get points all the way to the end, and whoever's got the most points wins. That's the champion. Then they tried to move it to more of a they moved to a model called the chase, where not everybody was in at the end. So at the end, it was like you got a number of racers, and those racers were now racing for the championship. Not everybody was. And then they changed it up a little bit more to like a playoff type model.
Okay.
And that's like the last 10 years, that's what they've been doing. And it's just not as exciting.
Okay.
Because of how it works out. Anyway, I'm not going to get down to the weeds in it, but they got rid of that, and they're kind of back to mostly points. There's still going to be a chase, but it's mostly points. And I like that transition, and I like a lot of people like kind of going back to that. It'll make it a little more exciting. One of the things with the previous format, like last year and before, was there wasn't as much benefit to trying to get back on the track. So if you had somebody wreck really bad, they weren't going to, like, because the points weren't there anymore, there wasn't a real big need for them to get back on the track and try to gain a few more points and finish the race.
Okay, gotcha.
Now we're back to that. So if you remember, like years ago, you see somebody in a bad wreck, then all of a sudden you see him back on the track and basically a frame and a steering wheel, just like going slow and letting everybody pass it, but just like getting laps and getting points.
Right.
You didn't see that the last few years because there wasn't the emphasis on the points, but now there is. So you'll see, like, there's a reason if you can get back on the track in the last few laps and actually get a finish, like a DNF did not finish, is really going to hurt you.
Oh, okay.
And I was listening to Kevin Harvick's podcast this week.
I did not take you for a race car guy.
Yeah.
Man, how has this never been brought up before?
I don't know. I think we've talked about it some before.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe not.
Because we had a conversation last year.
I'm hitting the demographic. I didn't like the Bad Bunny halftime show. I watched the TPUSA halftime show. I liked the Budweiser commercial.
And you like
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
I like NASCAR. Like,
and we listen to the radio. We have our crank radio that plays the baseball game.
That plays the baseball games.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm hitting all the stereotypes. White boomer. That's me. White Southern boomer.
I am you asked what I'm going to watch going forward, as every red-blooded American should be watching, is I'm watching the Olympics. So we are currently behind in the medal count.
We stink.
Are
we always this bad at the Winter Olympics?
I think it's not our events yet, Clint. It's not our events yet. So Norway has 12.
I haven't watched anything.
Germany has 6. Sweden has 6. Switzerland has 5, and we have 7 medals. Currently, we have 2 gold medals, and Norway has 6. That's as of right before I walked in.
That's not good.
No. I wonder, though, I become an expert at every single Olympic sport that I'm watching, to be perfectly honest. I really feel like Olympics are those sports where I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like I like, especially winter sports like curling. I'm pretty certain I could do that.
Yeah. I could be the guy in the back of the bobsled. I don't want to be up front
Did
steering.
you see the Americans fell out?
No.
They fell out of their bobsled. I don't know if it was in the trials or if it was in the actual competition.
I saw somebody wreck on the luge.
Okay, what do you think about the 2-man luge?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
One guy lays on the bottom, another guy lays on top.
Why?
What it's called? It's 2-man luge.
Just trying to make it look gay or what? Like, don't know. Was the regular luge? Was there a problem with it?
I don't know.
Is there an advantage to having 2 people?
You go faster, I guess.
Like I understand that there's a 2-person bobsled and a 4-person bobsled.
Correct. This is the 2-man luge. It's 2-man.
But the French came up with it. Sounds like something they would do.
Oh my gosh.
Let's make this look gay. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
If we don't come up with anything better, that can be the title of the episode. And I bet the French came up with it.
Oh, baby.
Something.
That derailed very quickly.
Did you know, back to NASCAR, that Michael Jordan owns a team?
No, I did not.
MJ, 23.
I thought he owned an IndyCar team.
No, NASCAR. With Denny Hamlin. So the company is 2311 because Denny Hamlin's always been number 11. Years and years was the FedEx 11 car.
Okay.
And of course, MJ's 23.
Okay.
Did you see that who's going to the Wizards and they're going to wear 23? Who is that?
AD. No.
Who got traded to the Wizards?
Trae Young.
And he's going to wear 23.
He's going to wear 23. First time
Can't you just
Jordan.
not do that?
I mean,
like you have
wants to.
You have MJ and you have LeBron.
Yep.
I just think like you've got to really be good if you're going to have the number 23. You got to prove something.
Yeah, I think it was one of the two.
Especially a team that MJ played for. Like it's one thing to be 23 somewhere else. But like surely the Bulls have retired the number.
Oh, for sure.
Surely.
I think it should be like how baseball retires numbers every once in a while. Like they retired Jackie Robinson's number.
Yeah, you can't be 42.
And you can't I think that needs to happen for MJ.
Yeah. I think he was good enough. Anyway, so he and Denny Hamlin own a team.
Anthony Davis.
And they, of course it is. Well, you won't see it on the court very much. So
no, he'll go play in the Special Olympics in his wheelchair.
him and Cam Scattaboo.
He may not ever play a game again.
I don't know.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Jesus. I hope that's not true.
Ran through 6 walls. But they own a team and they sued NASCAR and they had to sit out a year because they were suing NASCAR and they refused to sign their contract. And here's the skinny of it. The way NASCAR has been run is like a month-to-month lease. No NASCAR team has the ability to retain the rights or to retain their place in racing year over year. So you get to race this year, but you may not get to race next year. You gotta be asked to be able to re-sign a contract every single year. So imagine if the Cowboys had to re-sign a contract every single year to get to play in the NFL.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, but it was like very favorable to the commissioner of NASCAR. And the commissioner of NASCAR controlled all the media rights and all the advertising and everything. So what it did not allow NASCAR teams to grow in value like other sports franchises have been able to.
Oh.
So basically they sued NASCAR. It went on for about a year and just got settled this past December, like 2 months ago. And they won. Michael Jordan won, and now the commissioner has stepped down, and NASCAR says they don't even have any plans to replace the commissioner. And
so then who owns all those rights now?
The teams. Every team was grandfathered in. If you had a team right now, you now have a permanent charter.
I feel like this should have been bigger news.
I know, right? I mean, I'm paying attention to it, but I don't feel like anybody else is, unless you're a NASCAR fan.
I'm not. I feel like I pay attention to the news, and I did not know this.
Yeah. Sued NASCAR and won. Huge victory for the teams. Like now they can actually have value. They have a perennial forever charter in NASCAR that can gain value and be sold.
So is Michael Jordan going to become the Jerry Jones of NASCAR?
I mean, he's made that big of a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now they have so
That
much
sounded
more.
like sarcasm, but I really
no,
wasn't
no,
being
no.
sarcastic.
Seriously, that's when I was reading about this. I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 months ago, and I was thinking to myself, "This is never going to happen." Like, this is Michael Jordan. Like, he wants to. This is the way the NBA is, the way the NFL is, and he wants NASCAR to be that way. But NASCAR's never been that way, and I was very pessimistic about it. But the public opinion turned. Basically, everybody said this is dumb. They can't do this, and so NASCAR knew they were losing, so they came out and settled. So yeah, that's big news for teams. I think you're going to see some changes. There are like 36 NASCAR teams because, of course, some teams run multiple cars. So,
Is Andretti racing in NASCAR? Or is that F1?
that's F1.
Okay.
But Joe Gibbs, the former Redskins coach.
Yeah,
he's got
Gibbs Racing, right?
Yeah, he's in racing.
I know a little bit. Like, I know that like,
Hendrick and Childress.
Yeah. Like, I get those. Like, in some of the guys when I was in like high school and college, when like NASCAR kind of really, really became big.
Mm-hmm.
Stewart, was there a Stewart?
Stewart Haas Racing, yeah. Tony Stewart, and then the Haas Racing team. Yeah.
And then there's
Tony Stewart's
Earnhardt.
racing again this year.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's an older gentleman.
He is, but he's kept up. Like he like had his full NASCAR career, and then he took some time and like he raced dirt track for a year. He did trucks for a year.
So he's worked his way back up.
I think he just wants to do it. And he can.
Earnhardt Jr. still doing it?
He has a team,
but he's not racing.
He is retired.
I remember when Earnhardt crashed. Our physics teacher made us do that. Did you have to do that competition?
I graduated.
My dad.
That was the year I graduated. I was a senior.
My dad had us do a physics problem on what would have happened.
Have you run a die-cast car into a concrete wall?
Yes.
I remember where I was. That's the kind of fan I am.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of fan.
When Earnhardt died, I was sitting in a Chili's in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Oh, man, that's very specific.
I was showing steers.
Oh, okay.
It was January.
That's a very specific statement, Clint. Did not know that. But yeah, so wrapping up sports, pitchers and catchers, they reported today. I'm excited about the Rangers. I hope that we can kind of bounce back from last season. Made some trades.
I don't necessarily have like World Series hopes, but I hope the season can be a little more entertaining.
Yes. Let's have some more offense.
Yes.
We had great pitching. If you like to listen to the radio, Eric Nadel does a great job.
Yes.
And when it's a pitching duel, it's great.
Yeah.
But when it's kind of when you're striking out every time, I'm hoping for a more positive season.
Right.
Award season is wrapping up. Grammys. Did you tune in?
It's the worst Grammy show I've ever seen. The worst. I do like we talked about the last time on the pod. I watch them. I like music. I watch the Grammys. We were actually recording when it started, so I went and restarted it.
Clint gave me the hey, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. I got to go watch this show.
I went and restarted it, and my goodness, it was the absolute worst Grammys ever. The performances, like, I'm not talking about the politicalness of it. Really, really, and truly, only Bad Bunny and Billie Eilish said really strong things.
Gotcha.
It wasn't like everybody was using the platform.
Right.
Even like Carole King got honored, and she's very, I don't like follow her on socials or anything, but you don't have to notice that she has very liberal leftist views and is very vocal about it.
Right.
She came out and had her no ice button on, but she didn't say anything. She came out and did her thing, and that was it.
Right.
So I'm not even talking about that. Not even the political messaging of it. That comes with the territory, and you expect that. The only thing was when they did the in memoriam took way too freaking long. And I usually that's usually towards the end. I like it because I like seeing remembering, oh yeah, so and so died. Oh yeah, so and so passed away. I like seeing that. But they had 3 different performers this time, and they just took for stinking ever. And then Lauryn Hill, normally I'm a fan. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is a great album. She took forever going through. She was doing part of the In Memoriam, but then they had the rock group come out.
Right.
For Ozzy.
Yep. That was pretty awesome.
Ace Frehley, like Posty was singing. Slash Duff.
Chris Smith, right, was the drummer? I think he was.
No, it's not Chris Smith. It's the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer. Chad Smith.
Chad Smith.
Yeah.
Close. And
Slash and Duff McKagan.
I think that was the best performance of the night.
And then some other guitarist out.
Okay, can we talk about we don't
but it was really good.
Can we talk about Sharon Osbourne and her daughter? They don't look anything like what they look.
They've had some work done. Here's the thing.
That might be the understatement of the year, Clint.
Here's the thing.
I didn't even know that was her daughter. That was the daughter.
When you have some work done, and then I don't know, when you have things plumped up, but then your face slims down because you're just getting older and starts to sag and things, like, you look really weird. So, like, all you ladies, no, we're going to get canceled. Never mind. Shut up.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Sticking needles in your face. I hope you like it now, because Sharon Osbourne is probably a really good example of what you're going to look like when you're older. And maybe you don't care. And that's fine. I don't care. Like, do whatever you want. It's just not like, I know, like, it was like, you know.
I know.
We're going to get canceled.
You know?
We're gonna, like, talking about the way people look.
I'm not talking about the way they look. It just, you're unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Hey, these are my favorite text messages to get, by the way. Whenever you get the text message, Harmony Lady Eagles are mother effing district champions.
Oh.
Shout out to Coach Hightower. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a comeback. I know you don't know that story, but that's a comeback story of the century. There should be a 30 for 30 about that.
Cool.
So I do want to talk a little bit about JellyRoll. He's my boy.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Took some hate this week from all sides of politics. I have a little clip for him, and then I want to talk a little bit about, like, the educational side of this, because that's where my brain goes. It goes two ways: history and then education. So I want to play the clip first. Well, we have it.
Yeah, we have it.
Comment on what's going on in our country right now?
I don't really. So this is the truth, and I'm glad somebody asked, because I love talking about this stuff when people care to hear my opinion. But so I can tell you that people shouldn't care to hear my opinion, man. You know, I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's that aloof, but I've become so disconnected from what's happening, and I'm just not I grew up in a house of, like, insane pandemonium, and like I didn't even know politics were real until I was in my mid-20s in jail. Like, that's how disconnected. When you grow up in a drug addict household, you think we, like, have common calls about what's happening in world politics? Like, we're just trying to find a way to survive, man, you know? And I have a lot to say.
Comment on.
So when he says that, he got a lot of, like, pushback on, like, how do you not know? How do you not pay attention? It doesn't matter if you aren't on social media. But he makes a point about growing up as in a drug dealer home. I put this on the thing because this is exactly where my brain went. It went right to Maslow's hierarchy of learning. I'm trying to pull it up on my screen here. We went to a different type of screen and it's small. I can't see it. You can see it on the Twitch and it'll be on our YouTube. But what basically it is at each tier, a different level of learning is happening. Mm-hmm. You can see on the red on the bottom, I'm trying to pull it up here, but it's being slow. So I can discuss it a little bit more intelligent. This is great. It's good radio. Good radio. This is when you wish you had, like, a like a background noise or something. Here we go. All right. I got it. If it'll, whoa. My computer's running so slow. So slow. I got too
You
many
have to get a
things.
real computer, man.
Yeah, I do. I really do need to get a better one, at least. But the problem is they're so dadgum expensive. Is it going to take up my whole screen? Yeah, it is. It's all right. I can escape out of it. Okay. So the basic one, it breaks it down into 3 basic categories. The red and the orange are basic needs, psychological needs, water, food, warmth, and rest. The yellow is safety and needs. That's what he's talking about, right? If you're growing up in such a chaotic life, politics is not even close to what you isn't even a topic of conversation, right? The next level is psychological needs, right? Green is belongingness and love needs, intimate relationships with friends, family, so on and so forth. Esteem needs, prestige, feeling of an accomplishment. And then the very last one is self-actualization. Most of our society, okay, who is paying attention really, really well into politics falls in that somewhere to green to purple. People who are where you're like 70% of population is in that yellow and orange or red, orange and red. They're in that very, very bottom, the basic needs. They're worried about safety. They're worried about their psychological needs. Where are you going to get your next meal? Where are you going to get how are you going to provide for your family? Like that's where most of America lives.
Right.
And I think that a lot of times we forget, even us, like even me and you, that most of the people that we are surrounded by fall into that category. And especially when you're dealing with media elites type, like a Billie English or Eilish, whatever her name is, okay, she's not worried about those bottom 2. She's at the very, very top of achieving one's full potential, including creative activities, right? And so, like, one of the things that Bunny XO, his JellyRoll's wife, came out this week because he's getting killed not only by, quote unquote, the left, but he's also getting killed by some of the Christian society of, like, talking about how, you know, you're just a performative Christian. Well, if you listen to JellyRoll's music, and I don't know if you do or not, but I do. I've listened to a lot. I've listened to it for probably the last decade. He has had bits and pieces of his faith in his music. Now, it may not be what you want to hear, and it may not be necessarily praise and worship, but it's definitely like his message to what he believes and how he functions. Oh no, that is the worst feeling on the world when you drop your cigar. But my point is I understood exactly what he was saying. He was saying that in his household, he was worried about that very, very bottom one: food, water, warmth, and rest. And if you're not getting those 4 things and your psychological needs are not being met, then you could give 2 flips about who the president is.
Yeah.
You could give 2 flips about who owns this land.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then like you have someone like a Billie Eilish come out and say what she said, which is completely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just ignorant.
It's just ignorant. And now she finds herself probably going to be in court.
I don't think so.
Did you see it? One of the largest law firms in Los Angeles is going to take the case up pro bono.
Yeah, but there's no case.
There's not going to be a case. But my
because-
point is I hope
what
it
she
teaches
said-
something.
Because what she said is so ridiculous that it can't be in a court of law. Like if what she said is true, then yeah, you would have a case. But the fact that she's not going to be sued or that the suit's not going to go anywhere, you can file anything.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's not going to go anywhere is just proof that what she said was dumb. And what she said was, no one is illegal on stolen land. Which is a great applause line for an entertainer. And like
everybody goes,
I'll say it 100 times. Like, I'm not looking to my entertainers for like sage wisdom. You sing pretty. Like, that's what you're famous for doing.
Right.
Now, I'm not limiting that person's potential. Just saying all they can do is be a performer.
right.
That's one of the things I love about podcasts. I was listening to Cornyn the other day, and he had on Charlie XCX.
Uh-huh.
She's a very interesting person.
Right.
Has a very interesting background between Africa and Cambridge. You know, like going back and forth like that. And so I'm not saying that being a performer that you're limited to that's all you can be and that's all you can be known for. But you have the world ear and you have a stage because you're a performer, not because you're an interesting person.
Exactly.
So that's why you have a stage. And like, so I'm not looking to you for sage wisdom from the world to the world, because you got there because you can sing pretty.
Right. Well, it goes back to the whole thing about like how when they were telling the basketball players just dribble or just play your sports. Like that's the same kind of concept. But at the same time, like if you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to make these ridiculous statements, and for the last 5 to 6 years, we've just been like, oh, that's so platform, blah, blah, blah. Well, now there's potentially real consequences to your words. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at. And like, again, this is going to do a good segue, like our former president, George W. Bush. Hopefully I don't fall into it. But like with Trump and the video that they posted with the Obamas as a monkey, like I'm not looking to the president for moral guidance.
Yeah, we said that.
We've said that before. You can go back. You can
declare
our clips.
And to be clear, I don't care that Billie Eilish said what she said. Like when I say I'm not looking to someone who's a performer for sage wisdom, I'm saying like it doesn't bother me. They can go say whatever they want. Like it's not going to offend me because I'm like, oh yeah, a Hollywood performer said that. Okay, like what do you expect?
Right.
Hollywood is on the left.
Correct.
Like I expect Trump to say Trump things. I expect the left to say left things. Like it's just how it is. Like I don't get all up in arms about it. Whatever. I do want to talk a little bit about the Trump video. I think do we have a slide? I don't remember what we put on. I don't remember. There's
put the video on
him
there,
talking about it on Air Force
okay, gotcha. So for those that don't know, they put up a Lion King video. He was the Lion King, Trump was the Lion King, and then all the Democratic leaders were some form of an animal. All of them were in there. Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden was actually in there. And the Obamas were gorillas.
Yeah. And
it's distasteful.
It is. But also, like, that wasn't the actual video. You'll hear Trump talk about that.
Correct.
And again, I'm not dismissing it at all. I'll give you my opinion on it after we play the clip. But it wasn't that, just to be clear, this video wasn't the point of the post.
Correct.
Whatever.
Sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
I looked at it. I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole
throw
thing.
That in there.
I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in. And the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we did it. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans are calling on you.
Didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things. I looked at the beginning of it, it was fine. And they had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered, if you look at where it came from, I guess it was a takeoff on the Lion King. And certainly it was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that was at the end. If they were.
Okay, it goes back to what we kind of talked about last time on the pod about how we had propaganda. I only saw the first part. I didn't even see. I only saw the Obama clip.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the entire clip until I kind of started doing a little research on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what happened here. But still, you, as the president and the president's social media team, you have to be sensitive to those.
Yeah.
That look, regardless. Like this is a gaffe on his social media team,
and it's on him.
Where
you messed up.
He took Trump responsibility for it.
I don't know.
Kinda. Like, he said, "Well, we took it down," because if he would have stood his ground, he would have said, "No, I'm not taking it down."
He never apologized. You come right out, apologize, and you fire the guy. That's it. Like no one is going to not like you on either side. I mean, the other side's not going to like you no matter what.
Yeah.
But even no one on your side and your platform is going to dislike you for coming out and firing the guy
Right.
who did it and said, hey, this is distasteful. Their job is to proof these things that we put out that obviously did not happen. We can see how this is insensitive. It should not have been posted. We're sorry. This person is no longer with the administration. And that's all you got to do.
And they could have just said that and not even actually fired the guy. Because nobody knows who it actually is, right?
Yeah, but you got to fire the guy. They would find out.
Okay.
And I was talking to somebody about it, and they said, well, if they fire the guy, then everybody will know who did it, and then this guy could get threats and things. And I'm like, yeah, but that's, you know what? Like, it's
a risk you take.
It's a risk you take. And I don't think there's any excuse. I think Trump, failed in leadership here with the opportunity to come and one, apologize, two, fire the guy, and then move on. And then you just agree with it when the media says, like, hey, this was really bad. You're like, yeah, it was, because you fired the guy.
Yep.
Then you don't have to sit there and like try to defend your position and jump through all these hoops and try to bring it back to voter fraud, because nobody cares about voter fraud anymore because you had this. And
yeah, you botched the video.
And like, I don't know. It's just fire the guy.
It's a bad
Say you're
look.
sorry, fire the guy, move on. Like, we've praised Trump for taking responsibility. We've praised Trump for saying and calling out where he's gone wrong. This is not a time he did that, and he should have. But I am kind of surprised I haven't seen much more about it.
Yeah, it's kind of gone by the wayside.
Kind of has.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
I'm kind of surprised.
I think that interview right there, he gave his Trump apology. It was not an apology, and it didn't take responsibility, but he did say, well, we took it down. What else do you want us to do?
Yeah.
So, but it's still
and the media
internet.
is trying to trap him, because they asked him, we saw his response there, did you make a mistake? And he's like, I mean,
I look at thousands of things a day.
Yeah.
I can't watch every single one.
And I think you just redirect that as like, we have people that proof these things before we post them. This person didn't do their job. They're no longer with the administration. Like, you just point, but if you don't do that, you can't point to that. You gotta, crawfish a little bit and how he was doing. And that's a non-answer, and I don't like it. But I'm kind of surprised it's not like leading everything.
I was surprised it's not bigger news.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty big.
It'll show back up in the campaign.
Oh, for sure.
You'll see it in a few months.
We are now headed
The Obamas didn't respond.
They did not.
And I think that's...
Silence is golden sometimes, though.
It is. And like...
Silence speaks loud.
Call it what you want. It's pretty classy to not respond.
Yes.
But it also gives them a lot more points to not respond.
Correct. This is not on the run sheet, but I'm going to throw you a curveball real quick. Do you think the Clintons will get their request met to have the Epstein files tried, like they're hearing publicly, like out public, like on C-SPAN? They requested that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to too. I think they're going to.
Yeah.
That will be must see C-SPAN. I hope it actually does happen. I'll keep you updated, because I know Clint doesn't like talking about the Epstein files. But we are headed into the okay, hold on. I keep waiting for them to like pin Trump on something. And now, did you see the latest release? I know you don't follow the Epstein files, so I'm sorry. But did you see that he actually reported, there's now been found that he reported like 2000-ish
2006
to the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
That, hey, you got to do something about this guy.
Yeah.
So why didn't that would be my question, is why didn't Trump say that before? Like,
Yeah. I
I reported this back in, he probably forgot.
Yeah. I don't know. He may have, and it just doesn't get picked up. Like,
Fair.
you got to understand where the media is coming from. So
Fair.
it's spin, right? So the people on the left and the people who don't like Trump are going to say he appears in Epstein's emails 3 times as much as Bill Clinton does. Like, that's something they brought up, the number of times he's mentioned versus the number of times Bill Clinton is mentioned.
Right.
That's what they're going to bring up. They're not going to bring up that he banned him from Mar-a-Lago, that he reported him to the sheriff in Miami, not Miami,
Dade County.
Dade
right?
County, and said, hey, you need to look into this
Which
guy.
is Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's in Palm Springs.
Correct. So, election year 2026 is underway. Clint's
We're getting
favorite,
close.
second favorite time of
We're
year.
getting close, because 3 weeks from today, you have primary elections.
Yeah.
And so, like, we can talk about, a big race right now with the Texas Senate.
Hold on. Can you do the rundown of the dates?
Yeah. We got March 3rd, which is 3 weeks from now. In Texas is when we have our primary election for the November election. So
early voting starts February 17th.
Right.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. So we're right up against it because, like with the Senate race, because Cornyn, U.S. Senator from Texas, is up for re-election in 2026. So his seat is up. You've got 3 prominent Republicans running on the Republican side, and 2 we've already talked about, Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico running on the Democrat side. So that could be, it won't be on the Republican side, but it could be decided of who's going against who after March 3rd,
right?
3 weeks from now.
Correct.
So their campaigns are getting ready to either end or switch to general election mode, where they're running against a Republican instead of running against another Democrat. Then we have a couple things in Texas. So our cities, all non-county and non-national and statewide positions, that election day is May 2nd. So that's when you have like your city councilman and school board. A lot of your local elections are May 2nd. But just a few weeks after that, on May 26th, is the primary runoff from March 3rd. So in Texas, you have to get 50% of the vote to be able to proceed to the general in November. So really, on the Democrat side for John Cornyn's seat, you just really have Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico. There is someone else running, but in most of the polls, they're not even getting 1%.
Yeah, it's way low.
So after March 3rd, one of those 2 people, either Jasmine Crockett or James Talarico, should have at least 50% of the vote. They should be set for November. You're not going to have that on the Republican side unless something changes drastically. As right now, you have Ken Paxton running against John Cornyn. You also have Wesley Hunt, and I said it here first. And Representative Money disagreed, and that's fine. This is just my tinfoil hat thoughts. Is that part of the reason for Wesley Hunt to get into the race on the Republican side is to push it to a runoff. And in a runoff, Ken Paxton wins. The runoff voter showing up on May 26th is much more partisan, much more staunchly in that far right column than just the general voter who shows up for a primary election in March or in November. So polls right now do have Jasmine Crockett leading James Talarico pretty strongly in most polls.
Double digits in some that I looked at today.
Yeah.
Which kind of shocks me.
Yeah.
I really thought it would be a little bit closer, and maybe it does end up being a little closer.
What I thought was interesting is they also, I use RCP, Real Clear Politics, because they show several different polls for each race, but they also run each Republican candidate against Talarico and Crockett.
Yeah.
And Wesley Hunt does the best against both.
Yes, I noticed that.
In a head-to-head. But he likely won't win.
Which is interesting, too.
Yeah, he's gonna be the one who forces the runoff, because right now in most of the polls, he's got the lowest percentage. You have, Paxton leading, Cornyn in most. Cornyn's leading in a couple. They're in the high 20s, low 30s, and then you have Wesley Hunt in the 17 to 20% range. So they'll force a runoff. I think the runoff, Paxton wins in May, and then you have Paxton and probably Paxton Crockett in November, which means Ken Paxton is your next senator from the state of Texas. More and more of me agrees with Representative Money, state rep that we had on the podcast a few weeks ago, that James Talarico would be a much more formidable candidate because of his silver tongue, ability to mask and act like he is a values-driven Christian, but still have the bleeding heart Democrat as well.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
If you look deep into that, he can't reconcile those two things.
Right.
But I think to just the average listening voter who's going to just see a few ads, here and there, they could be swayed by that.
Well, and you have Paxton, who, if Paxton wins, which you just said Cornyn, you think Cornyn's going to win or Paxton?
No, I said Paxton.
So you have the whole.
I think it'll be Paxton Cornyn in a runoff, but I think Paxton wins.
If it was Paxton Tallarico, you have Tallarico who can go in on his marriage and his affairs and all that stuff. But
I don't know that he would.
I don't know that he would do
He would
that.
even do that. He, I don't know how negative Tallarico would get. I think
fair.
he. I
I
think
mean, he did kind of run a little bash up against Hunt.
Yeah.
Which, it was a little bit of a stretch in my opinion, but
Yeah.
not terrible. You know what I mean?
I'll clarify it this way. He has a negative campaign, but you don't feel like it's negative. It's that silver tongue kind of thing where he just kind of, it's good. He's got a little Obama in him.
Even the pace in what she talks.
Yeah.
But
Jasmine Crockett's kind of mopping the floor with him a little bit. I mean,
she'll win Dallas.
It was closer.
Yeah.
She's starting to pull away.
Yeah. It looks like it may be not
we're
even
3 weeks
close.
from the primary.
It may not even be close. What'll be interesting is the early voting
Well,
turnout,
then
because I think that goes towards Tallarico, the early voting.
Yeah, and I want to see what his Super Bowl ad did for him. So we should get more polls later this week. That will be. We probably won't get polls that looked at through Sunday until like Saturday or Monday, but I'll be looking at those. So yeah, I mean, Paxton leads Cornyn in most of the polls with at least 5 to 7 points. Crockett's leading in most polls, like you say, that 5 to 7 points, sometimes, 10, 11 in some polls. University of Houston has been running a lot of polls, some every few days. And so I've been watching that one because regardless of their polling techniques, like watching one poll over and over again, you get the consistency. And so even if their margin of error is larger, you can still see a trend.
Yeah.
Because we all know that polls mean nothing.
I don't really have a dog in the fight one way or the other. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously a registered Republican in this part, so
Cornyn,
that
Paxton,
way.
or Hunt would all be better than Tallarico or Crockett.
Agreed.
So,
and I think that Hunt's going to do a little better than what you think. I think he'll do a little bit better. I'm hoping. I like him.
that's probably who I'm going to vote for.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'll say before I vote, but that's probably who I'm going to vote for.
Yeah, and I don't have any problem. I said it way back when that I really liked him. Like I really liked his character. He was on JRE, and I just think that he kind of conducts himself, and that's the kind of guy that I want.
Yeah, Paxton is attacking him.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Paxton attack ads?
Yeah.
Saying he's not in line with Trump?
Yeah.
Because he didn't agree with Trump at first. Which, okay.
Okay.
Like I kind of appreciate that a little bit. Somebody who's going to row their own boat a little bit.
Well, it goes back to what I said before. I don't know. It's been many episodes before, but I like this change that we're having, and you're seeing a mass exodus from Congress. It might be historic, but not everybody has returned their retirement papers.
It's like 51. It's a lot.
It's a lot. But I want to see these guys come in like a Wesley Hunt who served overseas, served in the Afghan war, served in the Iraqi war, to flip those war hawks out of there.
Yeah.
Because like regardless of what we think about like what's happened with Iran or Venezuela, like that's the way we need to handle war now.
Yeah.
This quote unquote trench warfare that's happening in Ukraine and these long drawn out 20-year wars that we've had with Afghanistan and prior to that with Vietnam, like the guys, and that's the other thing that my students are starting to understand, right? We're talking about in U.S. history class right now. We're starting to talk about the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we also just finished talking about like Nixon and kind of some of that stuff. And they're starting to see some names that are familiar to them, which are Congress members who are still in Congress from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of my students are saying like, whoa, like these people have been in office for a long time.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And so I think that as we start to see these guys retire, these men and women retire from Congress, it'll be interesting to see who replaces those people.
Mm-hmm.
What I fear is that it's going to be the loudest of the groups, which that worries me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I would much rather see people like Hunt, like a Wesley Hunt there than a Ken Paxton or a Tallarico or a Crockett.
Yeah.
That military experience to me is so important.
And he's, like we talked about Bill Maher a lot, he's had the courage to go on Bill Maher. I haven't seen Paxton on Bill Maher. He may have.
Has Cornyn gone on there?
No. I haven't seen him on there. I don't watch all of them.
Watch a lot of them.
Watch a lot of them, but I don't watch all of them. And Wesley Hunt held his own really well.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit too prior about the Republican Party propositions. Nothing super scandalous or changing on there that we've talked about prior in previous episodes. I had the list, but it just kind of gets redundant after a while.
You kind of see the same things. Like you got the usual suspects on. I thought the property taxes one was interesting because it's an actual plan. Like a lot of times it's been, and what these are, they're not actual propositions or binding propositions. Like you're not voting on enacting these things. It's the Republicans put these on the primary ballot just to gauge interest and see who's for what. And they use that whenever they go to session, then in the next session. So, and normally you would see one that would say something to the effect of, the legislature should provide property tax relief to citizens. Like just very bland.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, yes. You know, this one says property taxes should be assessed at the purchase price and then phased out over 6 years. So as you pay your full home's value in year one, and then it begins to phase out. And after 6 years, you're not paying any property taxes anymore. Which can sound like where the money going to come from. In a normal market, though, mortgages are about 5 years old.
Yep.
People move.
Right.
So like I was talking about at the beginning of the pod, if we stay in this house another 12 years, you know, that would be a huge benefit for us. We'd have several years of not paying any property taxes. But most people would move.
Right.
So.
Well, it encourages those people to, like, it offers relief to those people who are senior citizens. It offers that.
Right.
But then also, like, if you decide to move, you now lose that tax break.
Yeah. So does that keep people in their homes? Which, you know, Dave Ramsey had a interesting thought. I see clips from his pod. I don't listen to his podcast day in, day out, but I see clips. And something he's talked about for a long time that Trump has floated the idea of now recently is not allowing big corporation institutional investors to buy up big blocks of homes and turn them into forever rentals.
Right.
That is the main problem with home prices is lack of supply.
Right.
And if you have these big institutional investors buying up huge thousands of blocks of homes, that reduces supply, makes home prices go up, makes it harder for people to buy a home. So that is an issue. But Dave Ramsey also said one other thing that they should do is increase the capital gains exclusion.
Yeah.
So
I saw that same clip.
Okay. So right now, a married couple, you get a $500,000 capital gains exclusion. So what you buy your house at versus what you sell it at, as long as that's less than $500,000, you don't pay any capital gains on it. But some of these older people, who've been in these houses since, you know, they cost $5, you know, and now they cost a lot more, are sitting on more than $500,000.
Right.
And he's like, you should increase that to $2 million. And then you would have a lot of these older people sell out and go get a smaller condo where they don't have a yard to mow and things like that, and put a bunch more houses back on the market and increase the supply. And I was like, you know, I hadn't thought about that angle of it, but that is really smart. So,
I mean, if you think about we don't have $2 million older homes in our area like that, like in our direct vicinity.
Yeah,
but if you go in the town next to us, those homes are worth. I mean, you're going to get 500,000. Like you think of over on the lake.
You don't have $2 million homes in a lot of the neighborhoods in our area, but a lot of these homes are on 4 or 5 acres, and those are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking of the
Because-
neighborhood.
because
I'm
of-
thinking of the neighborhood
because
homes
of
is
the
what I'm thinking.
land.
But I'm thinking about you're thinking about the land. Yeah.
People on 4,
I
5,
just,
10 acres. 100%.
I just looked the other day. We used to own 5 acres on right here outside of town. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Don't look up what it's worth.
I did. We sold it 8 years ago. It was 5 acres and a 2,200 square foot home, and we sold it for $380, and it's now $1.2 million in value.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the person who bought that house from you,
I wouldn't have been able to afford the taxes.
Now, though, can't sell it without paying capital gains tax. Whoever bought that.
As they should. That house ain't worth that.
So
like I'm telling you, I sold it to those people, and it ain't worth that.
yeah.
And they ain't done that many updates to it
Right. But, what Dave Ramsey's saying is like they may be staying there because
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a very okay. As the tax guy of the podcast, what's the negative to that? Is there a negative to that? Like going from 500,000 to 2 million?
no. I don't think you should pay capital gains on your primary residence.
Fair.
Especially if you are living there. Now, if you're going to game the system and do the 2 years out of, because there's some rules against it. You got to be in there 2 years out of the last 5. You have to live in it as your primary residence. There are investor type people who use that rule and will live in a house for a couple of years and then, move it to a rental or sell it or whatever and kind of flip a little bit.
Right.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are just buying houses. Their family lives in it the whole time. Then they go buy another house. I don't think you should ever pay capital gains on that.
Because not an investment. Well, it is
Right.
an investment, but not
But it's
for
not.
like that.
It's not.
Yeah.
Like
Your
don't-
investment is the equity.
Right. Like here's the thing. You don't get to take a loss.
That's fair.
You don't get to take a capital loss on your
No.
primary residence.
No.
But you have to pay a capital gain if it's over a certain amount. I think it should be unlimited.
Okay.
Because you already have other taxes that will kick in for the super rich and super wealthy properties.
Okay.
And wealth transfer. So, which I don't think you should have either, but whatever.
That's a death tax, right?
Yeah. It's significant. It's $11 million a person. So if you're a married couple, you got to have over $22 million of wealth to pass on before you need to worry about that.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Have you ever done something like that, like taxes wise? Like where it's like $22 million? Holy Jesus. That's a lot of zeros.
Yep.
I'm going to state the obvious, but you must be really good
But
at math.
those people that fall in that category do things to
Oh, yeah.
limit
I know
and
what you mean.
prevent that.
I know what you mean.
So,
Are you paying attention to this Nancy Guthrie story?
not that much at all, honestly. And it's not that I don't care. I think it's really sad and horrible. I just,
Who do you know? I literally put on there, who the heck is Nancy Guthrie? I don't even know who this lady is.
Savannah Guthrie.
I know, but I don't like. Okay,
I know who Savannah Guthrie is.
okay. Explain then. Fill me in.
She's an NBC anchor.
Well, I knew that,
And
but
she's not just a regular NBC anchor. Like she's supposed to be at the Olympics right now. So like I wouldn't normally see her on just regular NBC, but I would see her
Okay.
doing other things that
So
NBC
that's
does.
why this is such a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's high profile.
Did you see the video that they put out of the masked guy?
And it's high profile because it is weird.
It's weird. I feel like there's going to be a Netflix documentary about this in the next two.
Oh yeah.
And they're not too, like you can see Netflix just foaming at the mouth over this.
The only tinfoil hat theory I've seen on this is Savannah Guthrie was one of the first people to report on Epstein and have survivors or victims on interview them, like in 2019. So like pretty early on.
Yeah. I saw that.
And so maybe they're saying, well, and then when they have this big file dump, and then that's when this happened. So maybe it's connected. Of course, everything these days has to be connected to Jeffrey frickin' Epstein. Maybe.
Until this is all over, my goal is to bring up the Epstein files every podcast. That's my goal.
Is there an Epstein podcast?
I mean, I'm sure there
I'm
is.
sure there is, but I haven't seen one. I haven't seen it like pop up in the popular.
There's our niche right there.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be our niche. I refer you to the Epstein podcast if it exists, if you care about that. I don't. I'm over it.
You know,
He's a horrible person. He did horrible things. I'm really sorry. No one on that list is going to pay a price. You've just got to, like, everyone in the world, please come to grips with the fact that no one who's in any emails or on any list or has anything to do with that is ever going to pay a price for their involvement at all. It's over. It's fine. Move on.
Somebody asked me the other day about smoke sessions. Like, we haven't been able to do one a couple of weeks. And it's like, man, everything in the news is just, it's there. There's no like really small stories making big headlines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Big chunks. That's why, like, and that's another thing. Like, have you heard much about Minnesota the last week?
No.
Like,
that's because Big Tom is there, bud.
Yeah, I do believe that's correct. I believe he got on there and
he fixed the messaging, period.
Yes.
And like, they screwed up with the whole, like, it was a bad look on how they were handling it.
Yeah.
And I think when Big Tom got there, he was like, "Hey guys, we got to fix the messaging, like, or your livelihood is at stake."
Yeah.
And it went dead silent.
Yeah.
Now we have these high school students protesting ICE around the Metroplex. Have you been paying attention to that?
Yeah.
And now TEA has come out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So for those who are not in Texas, TEA is our Texas Education like legislative body agency, and they released a letter to all districts stating, like, if you allow or promote a walkout because of this, you will lose your
walkout.
Yeah, any walkout, you will lose your daily funding for every student that walks out.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, I haven't heard any of our districts in our area. Like, I saw one in the local school walked out, and it was like 2 kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're also going, like, if a teacher is promoting it, they're going after their
right.
license and stuff like that, which, that's not your job. That's not,
no.
That messaging is not your job. And it's interesting to watch from afar, because
I think they should say, listen, if you want to stage a walkout, here's the thing. How about we have a walk over to the gym?
Yeah.
I'll have a microphone. Why are you walking out? What do you not like that's going on?
Yeah.
Have an open discussion. You know me, I'm the guy that wants to have a debate. I'm about to delete my social media.
Are you?
I think, like, listen, I think the reason the world is the way it is because of social media. Like, it was bad before, and I know there are people who use it for good. And in this day and age, there's a lot of people who that is their business.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, not that social media is your business, but you have to be there to have your business.
Right.
I get that. And I'm not, like, harping on those people at all, because, like, that is the market now. And if you have a small business or a company, or you're, a realtor or any type of service provider, you've got people are looking at social media, and that's where they're getting their leads. But
this is a text I got today. It says, this is from a buddy of mine. It says, "Dude, I got on Facebook probably the first time in this year. Horrible mistake.
Yeah.
Facebook is such a cesspool of idiocracy and anger.
Yeah.
Nonstop rage baiting."
Yeah. And I don't know if it's just the people or it's the Facebook putting people at odds.
Yeah.
On purpose, right?
For sure.
To keep the engagement going. I'm just determined that social media has done nothing good for us. And I know some people who've gotten completely off of it, and every single person that I know that's gotten completely off of it, like, I admire that person. And so I'm like, you know what?
I go through spurts. Like, I've gotten much better about posting and ghosting.
Yeah.
And just trying to get the views.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I don't post anything like super scandalous or anything like that. Usually, like right now, I'm a Senator Kennedy kick. So our podcast page has a lot of Senator Kennedy on it, because he cracks me up, man.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh.
Yeah.
But there's just not a whole lot of, like, minor things going on.
I usually post kid stuff.
And it, like, I have noticed too, like, even our Facebook, like our podcast Facebook page, it was literally like, for the last 48 hours, it was like, Bad Bunny was terrible.
Yeah.
Kid Rock was terrible.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny was terrible. Kid Rock was terrible. Like literally, if I could have scrolled, it was probably 8 to 10 different like polar opposite takes of like how each one was bad. And then, it's like, what am I doing? This is dumb. So then I just close it out and get off for a little while. But, it's like part of my current job right now is to keep up with current events because I'm working with my academic UIL team. And it's like we were talking about it this Saturday. We had a competition. They did really well. And I was just telling them, like, look, guys, like, this is the same news story over and over and over. And so we have to be better about gleaning some of the stuff. Look for the small stuff that we don't.
It's hard to be someone who is like rational and even keeled and be on social media.
Did you get into an argument this week?
I did not.
Hey, that's good.
Because
baby steps.
It's like there was so much praise for Kid Rock in his special verse on his song. But I was like, but did you listen to the words in the first song that he sang? Because it's like the same thing. Like, I'm not hating on anybody, but it's like whenever Nicki Minaj came out, like for all the Christians in Nigeria, I'm like, I'm glad you did, but I've listened to your music. Like, some of the things don't add up.
It just goes back to what we've said before. You can't have your president or your entertainer as your moral compass.
No. Yeah. And like, I love that Nicki Minaj brought the Christians being persecuted in Nigeria to the forefront, and that got a lot of attention, and it got, she praised President Trump for it and all this kind of stuff. But it's like, I mean, I'm glad about that. I'm not going to take away from that. But, you've got people now that are like all huge Nicki Minaj fans, and she's doing so much for Christians. And I'm like, but her song. And it's kind of like you just want to look and be like, am I the only one noticing this? Is something doesn't add up. But to your point earlier about JellyRoll, like, you listen to his music and you see that kind of faith journey. Like, I don't like not, you can't, as far from what I've heard, you've listened to more than I have, but from what I've heard from JellyRoll's music, I don't listen to any of his songs and been like, nothing really turns me off.
So there's
that direction.
There's a song he's talking about like his inner demons. He says there's a monster in my bedroom or there's a monster in my bedroom and there's a dragon in my closet. And it like, he talks about like how he's battling addiction and like the only thing that he can do is just make it through the next minute. And like that message, like if you're really listening to what he's saying, he's not talking about, twerking or, super bass.
Not only that, but like when she did the remake on the Super Freak.
Yeah.
I'm like, that song and her current take on the world,
they don't add up.
Did you see she did the viral video with Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary?
No.
Her Bees in the Trap song?
Yes.
So, and then the viral video everybody was doing, like you'd have one person doing the What's Going On, Four Non Blonde song, and then you flip and it's.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm going to have to look that up.
And the bees
maybe
say
we need to do a
and
live.
They can't say nothing. And
is it on TikTok?
I don't know, probably, but it's Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary, doing the Four Non Blondes like straight part, and then it flips, and it's actual Nicki Minaj standing behind him doing her Bees in the Trap part.
Oh gosh, I did not.
And I'm like,
that.
the world is a strange place today when we have Nicki Minaj and the Treasury Secretary doing viral video trends.
Oh gosh,
see it?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm about to mute your mic.
Oh my gosh. The Trump account jumpstart. Oh gosh. Just look up Scott Bessent and Nicki Minaj on.
Yep.
Oh, that's the first time I see.
The world is a strange place.
It's so weird.
Yeah. But no, that's what I mean. Like when it is different for me with JellyRoll. You see that struggle. Yeah. And he's just being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not knocking anybody for being honest about their faith struggle. It's just.
But that one doesn't.
Sometimes you look at it like that doesn't add up. But I'm still happy that she brought attention to that issue.
I can't believe what I just watched. I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised I didn't see that.
The world is a strange place today.
That might be the new headline of the thing. For those gentlemen listening, hopefully we have this out before the 14th. Valentine's Day is on Saturday.
Heads up.
We haven't gotten our friend hasn't sent us our yearly message reminder.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't sent us it
because it's not the 13th yet. We did ours this past weekend. And I'm kind of glad we did because it's going to pour rain on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
we're going out on Saturday.
We did ours this past weekend and had a great time. I have not. McKinney is a suburb in the north of Dallas, and I never really spent any time there. But my wife likes books, and she likes libraries, and she likes bookstores. And there's a really big independent bookstore there in the old square part of McKinney. Okay. And I've never visited the old square of McKinney. It's nice. It's a cool little part of town.
The wife has a place picked out. We're going. Lobster rolls.
Okay.
Or sushi. She hasn't made up her mind yet.
Sounds good to me.
Either way, I'm good.
But yeah, we did that, and they had an axe throwing little bar a couple doors down. I've never done axe throwing before. We did that.
You have all your fingers?
Then we went to Lazy Dog, which I don't know if there's Lazy Dogs all over the U.S., but here in the Metroplex, there's a few of them, and that's a great restaurant. They've got a big menu. They got good food. I like just about everything I've ever had on their menu. So
Lazy Dog, what kind of food?
It's everything. I mean, they have
Americana, Mexican, what is
everything. So they have a lot of times I get their blackened chicken bowl, which is like a more of a Tex-Mex thing.
Okay.
This last time they had an ahi tuna bowl.
Ooh.
And dude, that was some of the best dadgum. It's like a deconstructed sushi in a bowl.
Yeah.
But it's some of the best tuna I've ever had in my life. It's like peppercorn crusted.
Nice.
And just seared on the edges.
Nice.
Man, it was good. My wife had a salmon. And they got good burgers and stuff like that too. But it's a Lazy Dog. If you're in the DFW Metroplex or if they're all over the place, check it out.
I'd mentioned last pod that we are in the middle of CMYSA basketball, Little League basketball. Man, our team is just not very good. And I'm trying to coach them up and trying to.
You still over?
Over, man. We scored a few more points this week. We almost made it into double digits.
Hey.
We are last place of 14 teams. No, there's more than that. 18 teams because the top 10 make the playoffs. Mathematically, we're not eliminated. So if we win this week, which we have a shot, the last two teams we played, they're both over as well. But if we can win these last two, mathematically, we are not eliminated.
Okay.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
My assistant coach came up. We had practice yesterday. He was like, "Hey, man, we can still get into the playoffs." I'm like, "Dude, we're going to get in the playoffs and get murdered in the first round."
You're the NFC South. It'd be like that sometimes.
But yeah, we're hot and heavy in club volleyball. Both the daughters one daughter coaches and the other daughter plays. So she's playing. They're both going this weekend. Then we finish up Little League basketball. Then we're headed right into baseball. Can't wait. First year of kid pitch.
Always going.
And that's nonstop. Have a great week.
See you.